So today we are discussing what will be giving you a local maxima or local minima. Okay, for that I have drawn a graph. You can just see in this graph the function is like decreasing here, then increasing, decreasing, then increasing, decreasing. Now when it comes from decreasing to increasing, decreasing, coming down to increasing, there will be a point which will be either a valley type. For decreasing to increasing you will have only valley type. Okay, like this it will go. So this is known as a valley type structure. Okay, and when it is coming from increasing to decreasing, increasing to decreasing, you will get a hill, right? And at these points what we will say is that is known as a turning point. Okay, so when you have like these turning points, that point is actually known as critical point. The point where that is this decreasing shows that the function has a derivative less than 0 and the function has a derivative greater than 0 when it is increasing. Like this it will be going. Okay, so at this point actually you have a point here, suppose C, at which you can have the derivative as 0. That is, here you can see the tangent. It is parallel to x-axis. So the derivative, that means the tangent is 0. Okay. Now talking about maxima and minima or local maxima, what we will say is we will just take a point C and take a neighborhood of that point. Neighborhood means we will have an h greater than 0, a positive quantity, so that the neighborhood of this point C becomes C minus h and C plus h. Okay, so in this interval, in this small interval, when you see this side and this side, here it will be negative, here it will be positive. The function will be negative and here it will be positive. So in that small interval, we can say that this point is giving you the local maximum. Or you can say the point is called the point of local maxima. Now why we are saying local means totally you have some interval I. That means this is a small interval which is in the given interval I. Okay, so for that interval itself you are getting a thing. Again, if you go somewhere else in the same interval, there also you will get another interval in which the function is having a minima. So there it is. Minima means that is again a local minima. Just say the meaning of local is what? A local area. In a big area you have a small portion, right? Like that. Here the local maxima or local minima means it doesn't mean it is the only one. It will be the only one in a small interval, that is in the neighborhood of that point. If you are having a valley, you will say that that point will give you the local minimum. That point will give you local minimum means point is called the point of local minima. Okay, and when you have a hill that is like increasing to decreasing, at that point you can say that it will be a point of local maxima. So it can happen in this figure. See, you can see 2 points where you have that. So in this one, this is the point of maximum, and here in this interval when you consider, if this is C, this is suppose A and B. So for this interval, when you consider A minus H, A plus H, in this interval you are having a hill. That means here you are getting the point of local maxima. Again, when you go for this point, again you have another maxima for that interval. That's why it is known as local maxima or local minima. So the definition says that you are considering f as a real valued function. That means it can be from a subset of R or from R to R. Okay, that is real valued function, and you are taking a point C. Let C be any point in the domain of f. Interior point means what? C is the interior point means it is belonging or contained in the in the domain of the function. Okay, interior point of the domain means C belongs to, suppose this is the domain, so C belongs to R. That is the meaning. Okay, so we are taking a point C, and now we will say that C is the point of local maxima. Point of local maxima if, again you know that maxima means it is a plural. So you can have another point also in the same interval, in the big interval, but C is point means you are taking a small interval which contains this C. It can be anywhere in the interval which you are taking. That is, if it is R, it can be anywhere in R. But we are considering a small interval so that we can say that that point is a local point of local maxima if you are able to find an h greater than 0, or if h greater than 0 gives you f of c greater than f of x. Means what? We are taking this c belonging to the interval c minus h, c plus h. That is a small interval containing c, but in that interval only this point c is giving you the maximum value of the function. Okay, any other value. So if you are taking for all x belongs to this interval, you will have this point, that is c, to be giving the maximum value of the function. Then you will say that c is a point of local maxima, and the value which you got, that is f of c, is called the maximum value, local maximum value. Understood? Now the second thing is when you will say that C is a point of local minima. Local minima, again what? If you have a h greater than 0 with f of c less than f of x, whenever this x is in the small interval containing c. So this x can be any point in the small interval, but suppose I am considering this here, if this is that c, so this interval is c minus h, c plus h, like this. Okay, so c is contained in between, so I can take in between any point as x, but the maximum value is given by when the function's value is replaced with c. Understood? Then you will say that c is the point of local minima, or f of c will become the local minimum value. So here what I have shown is local maximum value. Now if you go for this one, here you can say this interval containing c is c minus, this is c plus h, c minus h, suppose. So this is the small interval which I am considering. In this you have a point c. That means you can find many points like contained in the interval c minus h, c plus h. But this point c is giving you the minimum value. As here, f of c is less than f of x for all x belongs to this interval, means in this small interval, this is the only point where you are getting the minimum value for the function. And this is the meaning of local point of local minima. That is a point of local maxima. So here if we say that this is having a hill, so I can say that this is having its maximum, having its maxima. Okay, now how? When it is the function is increasing, when we will say if you have f dash of x is greater than 0, and if f dash of x is less than 0, you will say the function is decreasing. Now in between this increasing to decreasing, that means the function's derivative is changing from positive to negative. Understood? Positive to negative. When it is changing from positive to negative, you will get a maxima. That implies the x point will be a point of local maxima. Okay, when it is changing its sign from negative to positive. Again here decreasing means f dash of x is less than 0, and increasing means f dash of x is greater than 0. That means the function is changing its sign, the derivative, the function's derivative is changing its sign from negative to positive. At that time you will say that the point x is acting as x, in the sense I will take a point here. Okay, then only I can say, suppose this is c, I will say that that point will be acting as the point of local minima. Here I have taken only x, that's why I have written x. So don't get confused. If you have a increasing to decreasing, you will have a maximum there. And if the function or the graph is going like decreasing to increasing, then you will have a minimum there. Okay. Now in interval basis, if I say, if this is C, this much, I am taking this is C minus H, this is C plus H. Again here, this is C minus H, C plus H. So this is the interval I have taken. In this interval, when I say C minus H to C, the function is increasing. Or to the left of C, I can say it is an increasing function. And C to C plus H, it is decreasing. Interval basis I am saying. Here I have just generalized it. Positive to negative means in the interval C minus H comma C, F dashed value is greater than 0. And C plus H interval, F dashed function value is less than 0. At that point you are getting a maximum. Now again here also, if this is the point C, you are getting this interval C minus H comma C. In this interval, when you are checking, you are getting F dashed as less than 0, and C plus H interval, you have F dashed of X is greater than 0, then you are having a minimum. Okay. And at this point C, you will have F dashed of C. That is, this is the point you are taking now. So here means from C minus H to C, it can be any value. That's why we are in general writing as X. But here it is a fixed point C. So I can write F dashed of C. And this F dashed of C will be 0. That means this will be like this, tangent will be like this. And here again, if you are having this minima, your F dashed of X or F dashed of C will be 0. At this point C, the function's derivative will be 0. Okay, so we can say that when this function's derivative is equated to 0, what we are getting? Critical points. We have already used that, critical points. That turning points is and same as critical points. Okay, how we will get? By equating it to 0, you will find the value of C. Those points will be critical points. Why they are critical points? Because there is a change in the function from increasing to decreasing or decreasing to increasing. So regarding this, you have a theorem in which the statement is, if you have a function f in the open interval I, and let C be any point in that interval, any point means an arbitrary point. If we are saying that f has a local maxima or local minima, then either you will get f dashed of C is 0, or the derivative does not exist at that point. There are two cases, either it can be, that is the derivative can be equal to 0, or the derivative does not exist at that point. Will be the converse of this statement. If you have a point C where f dashed of C is 0, if you have a point C in I such that f dashed of C is equal to 0, then it is not necessary that the point is giving you a local maxima or local minima. Understood? If you have a local maxima or minima, f dashed of C will be either 0 or the derivative does not exist at that point. But the converse of the theorem need not be true. That means if you have f dashed of C as 0, then you cannot say the point will give you a local maxima or local minima. For that you have an example, which is f of x equal to x cube. What is the graph of this function? It will come like this. Right? Remember? You have studied? This is your f of x equal to x cube or y equal to x cube. So you can see that there is a change in the function at this point here. Right? Change in the function means it is decided by its derivative. See, when you find the derivative, f dashed of x is 3x square. Now at this point 0 I am checking. F dashed of 0 will give you 3 into 0 square, which is 0. So f dashed of 0 is 0. But can you say that it is increasing or decreasing like that? That means it should have a change in this interval containing 0. You have to get a change from positive to negative or negative to positive. If the value is changing, f dash is changing, then only you can say that that point is a critical point or it has a local maxima or minima. But when you take a point or a number which is less than 0 or greater than 0, for both the things, since it is x square, see what is f dashed? F dashed of x is 3x square. Now if you are taking a negative value, less than a value which is less than 0 means a negative value you are choosing. If you are taking a negative value, f dashed of x will give you 3 into that negative value, the whole square, negative 0 point whatever. So that will give you a positive thing, right? This is positive, or you can say greater than 0. Now again, if you are taking a value which is greater than 0, that means its neighborhood we are checking in this point and this point, okay. So at that point also, if you are taking f dashed of x, you will get 3 into a positive quantity, that will also give you positive quantity, the whole square will become positive. Here also it will give you positive. So for both the cases, f dash is not changing its sign to the left of 0 and to the right of 0. Understood how we are choosing a point here and a point here, so that this point 0 is a point of local maxima or not, we are checking. So at this point, again you are getting greater than 0, the derivative, and at this point also you are getting the derivative to be positive. That means here this point 0 is not, but f dashed of 0, f dashed of that point 0 is that point C, okay. F dashed of that point was giving you 0, f dashed of C is 0. But here in this case you cannot say that 0 is a point of local maxima or local minima. So what we will say, 0 will be called as point of, if it is neither local maxima nor local minima, the point will be known as point of inflection. That is, this point 0 is called the point of inflection, okay. Neither maxima nor minima will give you the point as point of inflection. That means the derivative does not change its sign to the left and right of the point, then the point becomes a point of inflection. So we are considering, let f be a function in the open interval I. Okay, let f be a function in the open interval I, and we are taking a point C belongs to I. Now in the first case, so we are taking a point C in I and f is continuous at this point C, okay. F is continuous, we are taking at that critical point C. C is taken as a critical point. What do you mean by critical point? Either it will be giving you a maxima or a minima. So C is the critical point, and at this point f is taken to be continuous. Now what the first derivative test says is, if f dashed of x is changing its sign from positive to negative. When they say no positive to negative, you just draw the figure, okay, you will get an idea. Positive means f dash will go like this, to negative means it will come like this. So you can see that it is forming a hill. From positive to negative, what you can say, the point will give you a local maxima, okay. Then the point C will be giving you the point, will be giving you local maxima, and this C is called the point of local maximum. C is called the point of local maxima, and f of C, that is in the function you will replace that value to get that local maximum value, not in the derivative, in the function you will get the local maximum value. Understood? When it changes its sign from positive to negative. So how you will apply it in problem is, first you will find out what is f dashed of x, then equate it to 0 and find out certain points. You will get certain values of x, and that is actually your x, C, acting as C. Suppose you got 0 and 1, so you will take that, suppose this is C. So for C equal to 0, what you are taking is, it's a value which is nearer to 0 First it is less than 0, then greater than 0, and you are just putting it in f dash of x. If you are getting the sign to be greater here and less here, that is a point, you are taking a point nearer to 0. Suppose this is 0, nearer to 0 means 0 minus h, 0 plus h. So you can, less than 0 means you can take a negative 0.9, something like that, and greater than 0 you can say 0.1 suppose. So you are checking at that point the value of what, f dash of x at that point. Okay, and if you are getting greater in this part, and then that is, it is changing its path from greater to less, then you can say that c equal to 0, that is, this point is a point of local maxima. Like this you will test it. Okay, now for the second case, that is when the function's derivative f dash of x is changing its sign from negative to positive. Negative to positive means the function will come like this and then go. So at that point, what you will have, local point of that c will be the point of local maxima, sorry, minima. And f of c, f of means again you are substituting the function, f of c will give you the local minimum value. Understood? Again, for the same case, if we are checking for your x equal to suppose 1, you got two values, no, 0 and 1. You are checking for 1 means, and you are getting a number less than 1, you are taking was 0.99, and greater than you are choosing 1.1. So at that point, if your function's derivative value, that is f dash of x value at that point is giving you from less than 0. In this point you are getting less than 0, and here you are getting greater than 0, then you can say that x equal to 1 is a point of local minima. And when you substitute this 1 in the function value, that is f of 1, that will give you the local minimum value. Understood? In the third case, you are not getting anything. That means neither you are getting f dash of x to be changing its sign from positive to negative or from negative to positive, then the function doesn't have that minima or maxima. You will say that that point C will be the point of inflection. Okay, as we discussed in this graph doesn't have point of local maxima or minima. So that point 0 where the function is changing its curve but not its sign, its f dash is not changing its sign. At that point you will say it is acting as the point of inflection. Understood?